Seiko has quite a track record for genuinely innovative watches. From the first quartz watch to the spring drive to this, the Astron. First released in 2012, the Astron was the world's first GPS solar watch. And over the years they've evolved and refined the technology, making it smaller and even more useful. And this latest generation is the smallest yet. It's 42.9mm wide by 12.2mm high, measurements that you might not typically consider as being tiny. But when you factor in that this has to incorporate solar panels, batteries, GPS antennas, and other high-tech wizardry, those specs start sounding more impressive. And that's because they really are. It's currently the smallest and thinnest GPS solar watch in the world. And that makes a real difference. I've worn an Astron before, and honestly, as an everyday watch where your life involves cuffs and jackets, it would be a struggle. That's not an issue here. Couple the smaller size with a titanium construction, except for that scratch-proof ceramic bezel, and you've got an incredibly lightweight watch. So it's lightweight and well-sized, but what does it do? Well, let's break the functionality into two categories, active and passive. The active functions, or traditional complications, mean that this is basically a dual timer. It might look like a chronograph, but the subdial at 9 shows power reserve and a bunch of other Astron-specific readouts, like how many satellites it can see. And then at 3, there's a day indicator, as well as an AM/PM indicator, which sits just above that date at 4 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, there's a second time zone. The pushes on the side are used to activate all these various Astron modes. It's a complicated watch, no doubt. So that's the active features, but for me it's the passive functionality that really impresses me. The solar cells on the dial mean that the battery isn't an issue, and the GPS tech means that the watch automatically checks in with satellites it can see and makes sure that the time is right. The coolest aspect for me is when you change the local times via the satellite, and the hands auto-magically whir into life. Sadly, this isn't something we could capture in the satellite dead zone of the Time+Tide office, but you get the idea with this manual time zone adjustment. At the end of the day though, the Astron is a truly significant piece of tech, and one with a global impact. This version, the SSH003J, has an Australian RRP of $3,500.